Hey yo, what's up? My name is Myne and welcome back to the Hytale podcast, the premier Hytale podcast for everything Hytale news. I'm with my partner, CanadianFlash.
Hey,
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 that's a very Canadian thing for you to say.
hey, what's
Speaking
up?
of Canada, this has nothing to do with Canada, but the entire Hytale community rather, has been undergoing some sort of alliance, some sort of fight for a better cause, and that is called Our Place.
I love our play. It's so much fun, dude. Like, just not even if you're in the Discord call in the Hytale Reddit Discord, like, you're still participating in our place. You ever just like log on every like hour or 5 minutes or something like that, and you see them like, oh, what's new? And then you see the Hytale team defending the lines with because there's bots and all that. But yeah, I love our place. It's
So
fun.
we should probably give context for people who don't know what Our Place is.
Right.
Basically, it's this thing Reddit did last year where it's a giant blank canvas, and everyone can place down a singular pixel every 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And that turned out to be a massive success, super huge. We were able to build the Hytale logo last year, or
Yeah.
the text Hytale. And so that was very fantastic. So this year we tried to do the same thing, and at the very start of it, we were very successful with
Very.
building an even larger Hytale logo. It was one of the bigger logos on the entire map,
It was
and
unreal.
this caused the Google searches for Hytale to explode because everyone participating in the Reddit place saw that logo and it's like, wait, I haven't heard of Hytale
What's
before. What
Hytale?
is that? And so
Yeah.
then they Googled Hytale, and we got a lot of more eyes open. And then
Absolutely
unfortunately, as the
unreal
day
product placement. We love
came
to see it.
on, uh, bots started attacking, different communities started attacking, and then that original logo got deleted. Then the Hytale community moved to a different place in the map. They built like a bigger H. That got deleted. And then I think the third location that we're at right now,
It got deleted
it's,
again.
it's just a very small Hytale H.
Yeah. It,
That one
it
is still standing right now.
it's very hard to compete in our place right now with the size of our community. And then on top of
Mm-hmm.
that, these people and giant Twitch streamers are botting things. And when we have like what,
Well, Twitch
maybe
streamers aren't
20,000.
botting it because they
No.
have like 50K viewers, so they have
Right.
a 50K army to do things.
Yeah,
But there
exactly.
are a lot of communities that
That
do
are
bot,
they're just botting, and
so
they're
that's
just
kind of like impossible to fight against.
And
But
there's
at
trolls out
least,
there that just want to ruin projects. That's
yeah,
literally how it is, and that's what they did to the Hytale thing. But next year, when Hytale's out, hopefully, when we have a community of millions and millions and millions, we're gonna make a giant Hytale logo. It's gonna be awesome.
100%. Yeah, and I've been super busy this entire weekend, so I haven't been really able to do a lot. I've been placing down my pixels, whatever I could, so
Of
I'm doing my
course,
part.
you got to do it. Hold
But
the line.
as far as I know, the Terraria community has been our best friend so far. So they've been helping us
Mm-hmm.
keep us alive, and they've been helping keep them alive.
Yeah,
So mutual friendship for Terraria.
we love you guys.
Yeah, and
Also, the development team has been very active as well. The Hytale dev team, they've been participating.
Yep.
Budakat's been on top of that. You love to see it. It's amazing. He got his
yeah,
Terraria
Buddha has
frenzy.
been tweeting out a lot during the past few
Buddha
hours.
loves our place.
Just,
We love it.
Just supporting our place. So we appreciate the help from the devs, helping see the Hytale logo stay alive.
Oh yeah, you love
And
to see it.
speaking of Buddha tweeting out, we also have some more tweets from John Hendricks. We're going to brush
Ooh.
over them very fast because I know we've done 2 full episodes basically now going over John Hendricks' tweets. There's not a lot to go over, so you don't have to worry too much.
Mm-hmm.
There's one tweet I don't remember if we went over last week, but I will go over now again. So sorry if this seems repetitive, but John Hendricks was asked whether or not the Hytale beta will be open or closed. And he said it's important to have both.
Ooh. That's big news right there. That's like the first time the Hytale team's like ever tweeted anything remotely even close to beta. So
It's
that's
the
pretty
first time
cool.
we've heard about the beta since like 2018.
Yeah, and he said both betas. So are we thinking different stages of the beta, or like how are you thinking like both would work?
Yeah, so I don't know how many stages of beta there will be. Obviously, open and closed means I'm assuming the open one will be everyone can just join.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to sign up to the beta, you can join and join
So
the
like
beta.
every human being ever. Like,
Every human being ever.
It's gonna-
Now, my question is for the closed beta. Does it mean closed beta as in everyone who signed up? Because that's what a lot of people may be thinking, but
Right.
I don't see it possible for a closed beta because with the Riot acquisition, we know that 2.5 million people have signed up for the beta.
That's massive.
Ima-
So
Imagine
would
even if a
they?
fraction of that tried to join the beta.
That's a lot of eyes on the game at one time, and that's, like I said, a lot of eyes to find any bug possible, which that does help.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that doesn't help. That's amazing. But then that's also 2.5 million eyes that can talk negatively about the game, or which was not the worst thing in the world. Like, criticism is always good for anything, but there's just a lot of eyes on it, which could be good, also could be bad.
Yeah, 100%. So my thoughts for what a closed beta is going to be is like a more private beta.
Hmm.
So they're going to invite their developer friends. They're going to invite large content creators. We know that people like Dan TDM have played the game, so he will probably be invited to this closed beta.
Right.
We've seen some other YouTubers in the trailer, big notable ones that were covering the game. Captain Sparkles, Dream, they will all probably be in there. So most of your favorite large, in like really large content creators will most definitely be invited to the beta, as well as like not even from Minecraft but other like gaming
Right.
communities, because you want to get more eyes on the game.
You want to get as
So,
many eyes as possible on it.
and then also smaller creators, because that's something that both John and Buddha have mentioned, is that they understand the importance of smaller creators.
Hmm.
So I don't know where they're going to get this pool of smaller creators. Hopefully, a lot of creators from the pre-release Hytale community will be admitted into this closed beta.
That would
But
be
I'm
nice.
wondering if other gaming communities will also have smaller creators. Because, I mean, the Hytale devs are gamers at hearts, so they also know a lot of different communities, and
Right.
they could also then have a better knowledge of like, hey, this is a smaller creator from, say, the Terraria community. Let's invite him
Hey, we
into
love
the
those guys.
closed beta,
Yeah.
because
It's,
the large creators, the whole goal for them is because they have so many eyes on them. They're gigantic. They're what's going to get the presses talking about it. But then the smaller communities, they have more close knit communities since it's a
mhm.
lot smaller, and those are also really important because they're a lot more to follow this creator than say a very big one.
Right, and and a good way of getting all of them into that, we've talked about this before, is the creator program that Hytale's going to have. So
Hmm.
just say, for example, like you said, there's a Terraria creator who wants to maybe test the waters in Hytale. They can apply to become a Hytale creator or in the Hytale creator program, and if they get in, then maybe perhaps they get a closed beta option.
Yeah, so the creator program is something we know absolutely nothing about.
I want to
Something I
know
wish
so.
we knew
I
something
want to
about
know
because it
so much
affects
more.
both of us very much.
I want to know
But
so
it
much
could
more.
also affect some of you that are watching that maybe want to become a creator
Hmm.
or are creators in different fields. So maybe you do art, maybe you are very into coding, because we have to remember creator doesn't just mean YouTuber.
Hmm.
Creator means a whole large spectrum of creating things. So
Yes.
artists, coders, all of those things are also creators, and something that I hope gets represented in creator programs or creator betas.
Right. Exactly.
There's a few other tweets that John did. One was tweeting out that there are two new job openings for QA, a
Senior.
senior QA analyst and a QA director. QA standing for quality assurance. This is
The
a
first time I
very good
saw
sign, in
that,
my
I
opinion.
thought it was question and answer. When like this is back in like 2019, I was like, they got question and answer people. That's awesome. But it's actually quality assurance, so that just kind of ruined my day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's very promising to see that they are looking for a lot of QA developers or
Isn't
directors or
Sciolito part of the
whatever.
QA team?
Yes, Sciolito is part of the QA team, and so
Yes.
these directors and senior analysts will likely be her boss whenever
Well, what if she gets
job position
promoted?
gets filled.
What if Sciolito gets
Or if she
promoted?
gets promoted to
Sciolito,
director,
Hytale
we never
QA
know.
director.
We could see that happen in the
Yeah.
future.
Hey, let's go
Yeah,
Sciolito.
so I think QA is a very, very good sign that the game is coming along, because that means they're obviously testing. We know they're testing.
That's good.
That
We
means
do. We
they're
do.
also trying to figure out the bugs and getting the smaller details fixed, so that whenever everyone has the ability to play Hytale, the game will be fixed.
Right.
Kind of,
And
because
hey,
I'm sure it's very buggy right now.
and if they have
Or
a
maybe it's not.
2.5 million player open beta, then I mean that'll help iron out the bugs as well. You know, just it'll take a lot of time to probably iron every single bug out, but hey, I mean we don't expect the game to be perfect at launch anyway, so it's okay.
Yeah, it's so funny whenever you see things go into open beta and then there's like a whole multitude of bugs that just get shown up or like glitches that people find and you're like, how in the world did you find that?
How did you miss that?
But it's
Or
just
something so obvious? The team's like, how did you not patch this earlier, right?
it's just the nature of gamers, I guess, trying to break things as fast as possible.
Well, they said
and
they
that's
when they were doing the combat testing, remember the players trying to get out of the world,
yeah,
like stuff like that too.
that's a perfect example.
Mm-hmm. So that's cool.
It's kind of awesome to just see the nature of how gamers think and just trying to break the rules whenever possible.
Hey, no limitations, man. No limitations.
Speaking of no limitations, there's something John mentions about creating a Hytale world.
Oh,
Someone was asking if they could make a custom world completely submerged by a sea. So the entire world is underwater. And he said, every player in Hytale has the potential to create worlds, and I will 100% visit your water world. Do I get a jet ski?
I like water worlds, man. Someone's gonna make an ocean or
I
a giant
love water
aquarium.
worlds.
A giant aquarium. Someone should do that in Hytale.
And I believe the person asking that was talking about like, hey, this is actually kind of like difficult to do in Minecraft without a lot of mods. And I agree. If you just were to make it if you were just live at the bottom of the ocean, the only thing you could probably do is build what is it called? The underwater thing that gives you like
Conduit?
speed. Conduit. There you go. Yeah, you could build a conduit.
Wow.
You can get like some water breathing things, but it's not like a true underwater world.
No.
In
So
the
what are you thinking,
Hytale
like
sense,
Subnautica in Hytale?
yeah. So I want that to happen
That'd be
because he
crazy.
said that 100% submerged worlds will be possible. I want Subnautica now.
So
I love
who's gonna
Subnautica person?
Who's gonna create like the? Well, I guess that would be perfect for Atlanticraft. You remember that back in the day? I think it's called Atlanticraft. Imagine their SMP underwater in Hytale. That would be crazy and fitting of the brand. But I can see a whole underwater SMP happening. They just call it like the Marianas Trench SMP or something. That would be dope. That would be awesome.
Or if there's like some big famous water creature in Hytale, like imagine if the final boss is a sea creature.
The Kraken.
If it's the Kraken.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Kill the Kraken.
There's so many potentials with you.
I could see a video like mini games called Kill the Kraken. That'd be cool.
Kill the Kraken?
Yeah.
Ooh, no, not onomatopoeia.
Technically, it's alliteration, but
alliteration. That's the
yes.
word I was trying to think of.
Yes.
Very fun word.
I only know that word because I did a project on it in grade 9. That's the only one I know.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was cool.
This is a small update from John Hendricks. Someone brought up a Reddit thread from a while ago and asking, will those that have the MVP Plus rank prior to the 2014 EULA change have access to the closed beta? 2 years ago, Noxy said all parties would be made right in a post. So this is, for context, I didn't know much about this, but apparently before the EULA changes, one of the higher ranks in the Hypixel server offered access to a closed beta for an unreleased Hypixel game.
Wonder what that could be.
And so, I wonder what that unreleased Hypixel game is.
Weird, huh?
Yeah, but that was a big selling point apparently for that rank, is to be able to get into that closed beta.
Mm.
And John said, I'm not involved with Hypixel MC and I've not looked into this, but Noxy keeps his word. And I've seen this question pop up
Good job, Noxy.
in our own Discord. If you haven't joined the Discord yet, link is down in the description. One of the most active Hytale communities. You can also ask us questions to be answered on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of questions I see is, hey, will my stuff from the Hypixel server transfer over? And we have a clear answer right here. At the very least, if you've bought MVP Plus before the 2014 EULA change, you will very likely be in the closed beta.
Wait, was it MVP Plus or MVP Plus Plus?
Let me click on the Reddit link. It is MVP Plus.
Oh, really? Man, is there a way to?
Yeah.
I want to check it when I got MVP Plus, because that'd be cool.
Maybe you might have a guaranteed access to the closed beta.
I don't. Well, you said it was 2014, so I doubt it. I doubt I had it back then.
2014. It's also $150.
MVP Plus? No
So
way.
if you remember spending $150 for a Minecraft rank, then you
I
probably...
remember getting like VIP. I remember just rank upgrading every single time because I have MVP Plus on Hypixel, but I also have Plus Plus on Hypixel. But then that wears off after I think 90 days or something. So I'm just an MVP Plus right now. Let's see.
While you look for that, there's one more bit of information that we found out. Actually, the Spanish community found out, so props to them. They're doing a fantastic job. They found out that a company called The Forge is working with Hytale to make cross-platform enhancements, compatibility, and
I found it.
performance enhancements.
So there's a website called Plank.io where you can check every single stat that you have on the Hypixel Minecraft server, and there's a tab in it called Rank History. So I got MVP Plus in 2019 before, so it's over. We're screwed.
Yeah, you are 5 years.
5 years too late. Dang. Yeah, it sucks.
But yeah, The Forge is a company. John Hendrick says they're experts at rendering and multi-platform performance, so they're instantly friends. And they have been working on games such as Starfield. They've also worked on games like No Man's Sky. So they have a reputable source of games behind their belt, which makes me confident that they're a good match for the Hytale team. And it's also good to see that they're even outsourcing, for example, some of the devs, which they've said they've been using contractors a lot and external help to just make sure that the game runs effectively. Because that's also something we keep on hearing in discussions is like, I don't know if my computer will be able to handle it, or my phone, for example.
Right.
And this will hopefully work towards letting your phone or your console, whatever, run Hytale efficiently.
Cool. You like that? I mean, Forge is awesome, so good for them. And also good for you said it was the Spanish community, wasn't it? I thought it was the Russian community who found it.
No, the Russians just
retweeted it?
posted what the
okay.
Spanish found. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure Hugo said that him and El Nido Scarrick, their group, they were digging into that.
Nice, good for them. We like to see that.
Yeah, very, very awesome things to see there. We've got some viewer questions that we can go over really quickly.
Yes.
Same problem as I always have. I can't find when the next question starts.
Good luck, sir.
Do you think people will leave the game because the combat is too complex compared to Minecraft? I know a lot of people compare similar looking games, and I feel like a lot of people will play Hytale and get frustrated with how different it is and leave. This was from Destiny Purpley.
Oh, Destiny Purple. Hey, she got
either.
the thing in the blog post. Yeah, I don't think there's no shot that people would leave Hytale because it's more complicated combat wise than Minecraft. Like, Minecraft combat is so basic and so boring that it's not even fun, except back in the 1.8 where you just spam click. I thought that was more fun than now Minecraft. But
yeah, but even that's super,
no, you just use a fishing rod and click as hard as you can. Guy with the best penguins 90% of the time. So I think I'd rather a challenge in combat. I don't know about you. I want to learn how to master every weapon.
I want to be able to learn a whole lot of things, and I want there to be variety, because we know there's a lot of weapons. Yeah. We know there's a lot of abilities, so that already proves that there's variety. So I think it's something more fun and something you can even immerse yourself even more in the world, because then I know a lot of people are going to be like, I love the hammer, I'm a hammer guy. And then they kind of like attach that identity to themselves, be like, yeah, I love hammers, I'm a hammer man. And then you can kind of like find your hammer bros.
Yeah, you get the hammer bros.
So that should be fun.
You call yourselves the hammerheads. That'd be cool. The
hammerheads.
The hammerheads. That's pretty good. I was thinking of like the sharks when I was thinking, saying that. But yeah, I don't think people will leave Hytale because it's too complex in terms of combat. I think that'll, if anything, will draw in more people.
Yeah, I agree. I think the in-depth combat, but I also don't think it's that hard.
It doesn't look complicated.
I don't know how you like activate the abilities, but the different like animations seem to be just like pressing left click. So left click is left, boom, and then that's your like 3 attack animation cycle.
Yeah.
And
it's not like
reset, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, it's not like you have to do a left swing. You have to like swing your mouse, hit A, and click at the same time. It'll likely just be a little motion pattern that's predetermined, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
And then probably the skill will be for that maybe comboing. So you just do a left click, and then a right click or something like that. So something like that. Hopefully there's a bit of depth there.
Right. And every single weapon looks different as well, which is pretty cool. So you'll love to see that.
Mm-hmm. Bum 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 bum. There's
so many. Are you on the thread yet or no?
No, I'm still not on the thread because I would be finding the questions instantly if I were on the thread. So, will there be a tutorial? Wait, I think we already mentioned that. Did we answer that in the last
I remember a question. I think someone already asked that. Yeah, I think someone's already asked that.
Yeah. So, my guess is there might be like a tutorial, like just a very basic one, but anything too in depth, I don't think so.
Right.
But there's also going to be hundreds of YouTube tutorials. There's going to be wikis. There's going to be threads.
There will be Myne videos on YouTube how to do things.
Yeah, if you have a question about Hytale, I will be able to answer for you.
He is the dictionary.
This is something we talked about in the last one too. Will Hytale have crossover events from League of Legends? And I'm sure they probably will have some sort of collaboration,
most likely,
between the different Riot IPs. So you'll see stuff from League of Legends and probably Valorant as well. Bum 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 bum. Let's see. I know you guys talked about the beta, but I've not heard if you guys think it might be Hytale. It might just be Hytale Online. Fortunately, we have talked about that, but that is also an older question.
Okay.
Yeah, so for the beta, I think the beta will be 100% online, just to go over it once again, because they kind of have to monitor, hey, we are running this beta for 3 weeks. If it were offline, you could just play it forever. You know.
If it was a closed beta and if it was offline and closed, can't people just send that to their friends without Hytale knowing at all?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it has to be linked to your account so that they can monitor that, hey, this is the right account logging in right now.
Right.
But also, hey, the beta period is closed. You can no longer play this game, and if it's an offline game, they can't do that.
That's like every single beta, like early access. You get like a week, maybe a specific scenario in a game too that you can play, and that's like the only thing you can do. So that's just how it works. And then after a week on Steam, like most games are, you just can't access it anymore.
The Demonist with a mouse horn profile picture says, wait, aren't the devs kids able to see what their parents are working on and see early access of Hytale? We kind of talked about this.
I think so.
My guess is yeah. And my guess is also that some of the developers' children have played Hytale. Maybe not too long, but they've probably been like, hey, this is what I'm working on. Because I feel like if it's, say, a 17-year-old kid, they will probably be more likely to accidentally leak it than if it's a developer's 5-year-old kid that just wants to look at Quebecs all day.
Yeah.
So I think it also depends on the age. I think the older the kids are, the less likely they are to have played Hytale. But if they're really young children, I probably think they have.
They're probably like, oh my god, tree people, that's crazy. And then then they go watch Baby Shark on YouTube or something. So.
What is this question? Okay. The Hytale historian asks, can I go to an adoption center and have a Hytale dev adopt me so I can play Hytale early? He's basically asking to get adopted
for it.
A Hytale dev. I would say
your best chance is in Ireland.
I wish best of luck.
Best chance probably Ireland. If you want to go getting adopted there. Near Derry, Londonderry area. But good luck. Good luck. All right, next one. That's a weird question.
When I was reading that, I the first word I saw was Hytale dev adopt me, and when I read adopt me, I was thinking of the Roblox game Adopt Me. So I'm like, where is this going? And then it just turned out to be worse somehow.
It's okay.
Ooh, this one's kind of interesting. Okay. I know we've talked about this in the very first episode, but Hunter is kind of different. Says, love listening to you guys cover the game. What do you think is in store for the oceans in Hytale? I hope we get some cool high seas action. Long shot, but really hoping for ships.
Ships? I mean, there's built ships. Don't know if they move themselves, but...
Yeah, we've seen one very big built ship that is probably not going to be able to move.
If it can move, holy crap, that would be unreal. But good luck.
I think it'd be awesome if we get... Oh my god, I'm yawning all day.
Oh wow, you're tired. You're tired, Myne.
I am tired. Yeah, I hope we could get ships. I don't know what the likability is because we haven't seen any sort of multi-block structures.
Hmm.
I know that who was the 30 virus said he's very confident that we'll get multi-block structures. So there is one side of the community that definitely thinks it will be in the game.
Hmm.
I'm probably leaning against it, but we'll have to see. I
Definitely
don't
have
think
to
that's
see.
something we have any sort of clues or hints that we could like zoom in on. What about for oceans though?
Well,
Do you
it'll
think waves are going to be in the game?
waves. We haven't seen waves, have we?
I don't think we have.
I don't know how that would really work because that would cause a lot of I wouldn't say frame rate problems, but it would definitely cause a
Hmm.
lot of like special effects and stuff, and that is hard on a lot of PCs, I would have to say. So that could be
Another
challenging.
thing, this is kind of going off of waves, but do you think natural disasters will happen in Hytale? Because I know that's a
That's a
mod
mod
that's
in
very
Minecraft.
popular in Minecraft. Do you think that there will be like rivers that flood or volcanoes that explode?
I think volcanoes that explode would actually be really cool.
I think
Um,
that'd be awesome.
I don't know. For some reason, I'm
Like in
thinking of
Zone
like
4.
the Ember Wolf. Remember that little Ember Wolf? One
Mm-hmm.
little shot from the teaser. I don't know if there was like fire going around there or whatever, but
I think it
yeah,
was like a lava lake.
yeah, right. Like that would be cool if there's just like lava sort of spewing up from the lake, like bubbles or whatever. So if they
Mm-hmm.
could do that, then yeah, they could probably do a volcanic eruption. I don't know about tornadoes. That's kind of once again
Yeah, I
really
think tornadoes
that's kind of crazy.
won't be in the
Earthquake.
game. I think anything that's like just destructive for the reason of being destructive won't be in the game.
Right. Like
But
there
if it's something like you
I
can
can
control
see.
or like you understand like, hey, I understand that building here will have a volcano right next to me. I will probably be the next Pompeii. You're
Facts.
kind of like
Right.
you're kind of like asking for it.
I could also
Rivers
see
flooding in that case makes me think like I
floods.
don't think is gonna happen.
No. It's possible though. You like
Hmm.
we know that when it is raining and you step on like grass when it's raining, there is like a little squishy splashy effect. But I don't know if there'll be
Which
like
I
a
think is super
it's
cool.
super cool. It definitely super cool. I don't know if there would be like a slight layer if there's a lot of water, slight layer of water on top of the for example, the grass, sort of like how snow works. But that could be technically a flood, right? But I don't think that's very possible. But then again, who knows? And I think there also could be maybe earthquakes. Like there's already a ground shake animation of that little big Colossus guy when he's walking towards you. Your screen
Oh
shakes.
yeah,
Your screen shakes. So
I didn't think
maybe
about that.
maybe there's an earthquake feature, but no idea. Like no clue.
And if not, it would be very easy to mod it since that screen shake is already a property in the game.
Right. Which would be really cool. That would be cool for mini games as well too.
Yeah, 100%. Let's see. Terra asks, do you think Hytale will have modular slash procedurally generated prefabs? What I mean is that there could be a prefab that could have millions of variations. Example, a dungeon with random rooms each time.
Wouldn't be
I think
surprised.
this will be a thing as it adds tons of replay value, as if there's only three various, as if there were are only. Well, that's not grammatically correct, but like in comparison to only three different patterns, and
Right.
then you know the three patterns and you can run through it every time. I hope so.
I please.
I really hope
Please.
so.
Right. Like I'm not trying to fight the same Chork camp. I mean, no, we've seen so many different variations of Chork camp, so I think that's already a thing, right? Like,
Yeah, we've seen so many variations of Torque camps, but we also do you remember that desert like X-ray underground image
yeah,
of the
thing
like
going.
kind of
Yeah.
dungeon going underground? That looks 100% like it could be procedurally generated, and
Definitely.
like the different routes that come off of it
Well,
are random.
that just reminds me of abandoned mine shafts in Minecraft. Like everyone's different.
Yeah,
They're not all the same. None of them are the same, right?
yeah, that's actually a perfect like example to link it to.
Even
Or
the
villages.
ends. Yeah, villages, right? The end or not the
Yeah,
end.
all of
Ender
that is
dungeons.
procedurally randomized. So
Mm-hmm.
I think things like Quebec villages, Torque camps, all of that can be randomized as well.
Even just a normal like little tower dungeon. We've seen them in Zone 2. Like they're different sizes to them as well, and they're different difficulties clearly. So they're all super cool. Love to see that.
Let's see. Ooh, and then we get down to it. Yes, we
No,
finished.
Well
We
done.
finished the old threads. We can
finished.
finally go to the new channel.
Let's
We have a new
go.
channel
This is gonna be hype.
where we can just see all the new questions and I don't have to search for them.
Oh,
I'm so happy.
this is beautiful.
This is going to be so much better and such a better viewing experience for you guys because you don't have to look at me looking at my other monitor and just scrolling to see when the question is.
Let's go.
First question from Heinz Animation. Opinion on Vintage Story. How do you find Vintage Story? I know the question can't be guessed by just looking at it. What is your thoughts on Vintage Story? I've not played it.
I've never played it, but
is it free? I would want.
I actually think you have to pay for it.
Vintage Story. Let's see. Because I'm not paying for it. If it's free, I'll play it. Buy is a option. Yeah, it costs $18.
18 bucks.
Yeah, for one account. So yeah, considering it costs money, I've not played Vintage Story. I also don't plan on playing Vintage Story. I don't think the game looks that interesting.
I don't want to say hate, but I'm not a fan of the character design in Vintage Story.
I think the graphics are ugly. I'm not a fan of the graphics.
Well, it's one person.
It looks like a Minecraft copy. It is one person, which is very impressive in that respect. But I'm just looking at this like objectively as a game. It doesn't look too interesting.
It's not. I'm not a fan of it, no. But hey, I mean, if you want to play it, go ahead. Not gonna say it's terrible because we've never played it. Can't make an opinion on it.
Yeah, 100%. Dusty Purple asks, when you're using a weapon, it charges up to use a unique attack from what we've seen so far, like swords having a spin up and stab. You think staves and spell books will have something similar where they charge up for a more powerful spell?
Is a stave like a
don't know
like
what
a wand or like the staff maybe?
Probably.
You mean staff?
That's what I would use for context clues.
Staff?
Yeah, probably staff.
Yeah.
So, do you think staffs and spellbooks will have different attacks? So, we've seen the spellbook being used to summon a spell in the famous skeleton clip.
Yes. I love that video.
And where he famously misses his shot.
Yeah, skill issue.
So, we see that the normal attack is just presumably holding down left click, charging it up, and then it fires. We don't know what the right click could be. We don't know what any of the ability buttons could be.
Right.
So there could probably be a lot of different ways that you could charge up for a more powerful spell. Because I can't imagine that every single melee weapon in the game is like all of these unique different attack properties, and then spells are just
right. Yeah, that's cool.
You know.
Yeah. I feel like you can level up your spells, and if there was a spell skill tree in Hytale, that would be sick as hell. I would really like that, but we don't know.
Yeah. Hytale's generation. Will the world of Orbis be just one giant continent surrounded by water? And like Subnautica, if you go too far into the dead zone of sorts, you will be attacked by the far ocean kraken from Lord Fox in this. Well, we know from John Hendricks that whatever that concept art is that we're basing off of the world of Orbis is now not as accurate as you might expect.
Mm-hmm.
So
well, that's a very old concept art. So things change over time.
Yeah, 100%. So I do think that any sort of theory about how the world of Orbis is formed is kind of impossible to guess right now because everything we knew is kind of like debunked right now, and everything we knew was just that one concept art.
Yeah.
Larry asks, I know you talked about wanting to make a One Piece server, and as a big fan of the show, I'm wondering how you're going to make ships work and devil fruits work. For instance, on One Piece games on the Roblox, fruits work quite smoothly. How would you transition that into a block game?
So that's a great question because we have not started anything on the server. We just have we have ideas on how things are going to work, like how are we supposed to do like Doflamingo's string fruit? Like that's something that is very hard to do. Like Buddy just uses string as a weapon. It's like I don't know how we're gonna do that. But boats, I mean, we want to have like a movable boat that you can drive, sort of just like a car in the water, right? Just something easy like that. That's sort of how we want it to work. Don't know how it can work. I ain't no developer. I'm just an ideas man, honestly. But yeah, we'll try to get something like that. I think to start off, we want to have like a ship customization system. Like right when you get into the game, first thing you do, customize a ship, make a flag, or Jolly Roger, it's what they call it, and go from there and just start it. But I don't know how we're gonna make devil fruits work. Like easy things like a fire fruit is simple, like you just shoot fire out of your hand, so that's easy. But then other devil fruits like Buggy's chop fruit, where he just breaks himself into pieces. Like I don't know how that's gonna work, but we'll figure something out. I hope, if we don't get copyrighted. But yeah, no idea.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be easier since servers do allow modding. That
Yes.
if you have a problem with it, you just kind of put more development force into it, and
Right.
eventually it'll come out. So,
And what we wanted,
hopefully,
one thing really cool for the server that we want to do is that there's only going to be one devil fruit of each. So there's going to be one player on the server, for example, with the fire fruit or the flame fruit. And if that player dies, you lose your devil fruit. But you can respawn, obviously. You just won't have that devil fruit. So don't know how people will get devil fruits, if you're going to have to buy it from like an in-game shop or something, or you find it in a chest randomly around the world. Who knows? But yeah, you're not just going to start with a devil fruit.
I do like that concept of limiting it, but limiting to a life. So the second you die, someone else has the chance to get that ability.
Like, for example, it could randomly spawn, like just say the guy dies, it randomly spawns in a chest somewhere in the world. And somebody can find it. But who knows? That's how it is. I mean, I don't know how it's going to work. We need the game first.
Yeah, we do need the game to know how we're going to modify it.
Right.
We're going to end off the question with one more. Craigor the Cyborg asks, is the game going to be the game you expect to see? And did the progress meet the expectations? So,
how do we answer this? We don't have the game.
Yeah, that's a very difficult question to answer because we don't know anything about the game, and they've been purposely hiding the game from us because the last postcard was not an in-game screenshot. We usually have a Pride postcard from an in-game event, and then even this year, they're choosing not to show us the game for whatever reason, and there's a lot of discussions in our Discord. Being like, hey, why aren't they showing us the game? What are they trying to hide? And obviously it's the engine redevelopment, and they might not want to show us the old engine.
Right.
But it is something to keep an eye out. Like, they aren't showing us the game, and in my opinion, my theory is that the next time we see the game, we're gonna see a lot of it.
Oh,
we're gonna see a lot of it.
There's gonna be a lot of games to see.
They're not just gonna show a single screenshot or like one gameplay clip. They're gonna go all out.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna be the new engine, and then they're gonna really want to show off the new engine and be like, hey, this is the new engine, and this is why it's taking so long.
Yeah. Cool. I think that's a good spot to wrap up the podcast here. We gotta edit this out and get it out in time for our normal time.
Yeah, we have 25 minutes before the video comes out.
Yeah, we can delay it an hour. Anywho, guys, thanks so much for watching the Hytale podcast, your number one source for Hytale news and podcasts. Join our Discord, links in the description. I'm Chris. That's Myne. Help us in our place. Discord links in the description, and we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Peace.